Hola mis Wallis. ¿Cómo están? Este es un nuevo video de Wallet English generado con tecnología de inteligencia artificial y tecnología convencional pensado en ti. ¡Qué emocionante! Espero que lo disfrutes, que aprendas y que ganes mucho. No olvides darle un me gusta a nuestro video, compartir y suscribirte a nuestro canal.
Aprende inglés con historias o lecciones generadas tanto por nuestro equipo como con inteligencia artificial del ChatGPT y otros servidores de inteligencia artificial, pero siempre inspiradas en ideas de Wallet English. Aprende en 3 pasos. En el primer paso, ve el video sin subtítulos para entrenar tu oído, es el input del idioma al natural. En el segundo paso, ve el video activando los subtítulos, pon pausa cuantas veces sea necesario, toma notas del vocabulario y presta atención a la pronunciación, repite las palabras, practica. Esto se llama aprendizaje activo. En el tercer paso, vuelve a ver y escuchar el video sin subtítulos. Si es necesario, repite el paso 2. Notarás lo que has aprendido significativamente.
"200 Business English Words for Trading with China, a Practical Guide." Part 9. For your convenience, the following words are arranged in alphabetical order. Remember to listen carefully. Pause as many times as necessary. Take notes. Activate subtitles when necessary. Repeat as much as possible. Enjoy learning with Wallet English educational materials. 161. Standardization, a process of making a product or service uniform and consistent across different markets. For example, some examples of standardization are using the same logo and slogan for global branding, applying the same quality and safety standards for production, and offering the same warranty and customer service. 162. State-owned enterprise, SOE, a business entity that is owned and controlled by the government. For example, China has many state-owned enterprises in strategic sectors such as banking, energy, and telecommunications. 163. Strategic alliance, a cooperative agreement between 2 or more firms to pursue a common goal or objective that is mutually beneficial. For example, strategic alliances can take various forms such as joint ventures, equity partnerships, or contractual agreements. Some examples of strategic alliances are Boeing and Airbus, Starbucks and PepsiCo, and Apple and IBM. 164. Subsidies, financial or other forms of assistance that a government provides to a producer or exporter of goods or services, usually to support domestic industries or promote exports. For example, some countries may accuse other countries of providing unfair subsidies to certain important industries, which may cause overcapacity and dumping problems in the global market. 165. Supply chain, a network of organizations, people, activities, information, and resources involved in the production and delivery of a product or service from suppliers to customers. For example, the global supply chain of an iPhone involves sourcing components from various countries such as China, Japan, Korea, Germany, and the US. 166. Sustainability, a concept that refers to the ability to meet the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. For example, some examples of sustainability are using renewable energy sources, recycling waste materials, conserving natural resources, and adopting green technologies. 167. Sustainable development, development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs, taking into account environmental, social, and economic aspects. For example, China has committed to achieving carbon neutrality by 2060 and has agreed to cooperate with the EU on sustainable development issues under the CAI. 168. SWOT analysis, a framework for analyzing the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats of a firm or a situation. For example, a SWOT analysis of Apple might reveal that its strengths are its innovation, brand, and loyal customers. Its weaknesses are its high prices, dependence on suppliers, and legal disputes. Its opportunities are its expansion into emerging markets, new product categories, and services. And its threats are its intense competition, changing consumer preferences, and regulatory pressures. 169. Taobao, the largest consumer-to-consumer, C2C e-commerce platform in China, owned by Alibaba Group. It offers a wide range of products and services, including new and second-hand goods, customized products, digital content, and local services. It also features social functions such as live streaming, short videos, and online communities. For example, you can use Taobao to buy or sell products or services from individual sellers or small businesses in China. 170. Tariffs. Taxes or duties imposed on imported or exported goods or services, usually to raise revenue, protect domestic industries, or influence trade policy. For example, the US and China have imposed tariffs on hundreds of billions of dollars worth of each other's goods since 2018. 171. Technical regulations. Rules or requirements that specify the characteristics or performance of a product or service, such as design, labeling, testing, or certification. For example, China has adopted various technical regulations to ensure the quality and safety of its products and services, but some of them may create barriers for foreign trade. 172. Technology transfer, a process of transferring or sharing technology or know-how from one party to another. For example, technology transfer can occur through various channels, such as licensing, joint ventures, research collaborations, or education and training. 173. Tmall Global, a cross-border e-commerce platform that allows foreign brands or businesses to sell their products directly to Chinese consumers without having to establish a physical presence or comply with certain regulatory requirements in China. It is a sub-platform of Tmall and is owned by Alibaba Group. For example, you can use Tmall Global to sell your products to Chinese consumers without having to register a business entity, obtain a license, or pay taxes in China. 174. Tmall, the largest business-to-consumer, B2C e-commerce platform in China, owned by Alibaba Group. It offers a wide range of products and services, including branded goods, imported products, premium products, and flagship stores. It also features social functions such as live streaming, short videos, and online communities. For example, you can use Tmall to buy or sell products or services from established brands or businesses in China. 175. Trade agreement. A treaty or contract between two or more countries that establishes the terms and conditions of trade between them. For example, China and the U.S. signed a Phase 1 trade agreement in 2020 that reduced some tariffs and increased some purchases. 176. Trade balance. The difference between the value of a country's exports and imports of goods and services, which can be positive, surplus, or negative, deficit. For example, the U.S. has a large trade deficit with China, meaning that it imports more goods and services from China than it exports to China. 177. Trade barriers. Any policy or measure that restricts or distorts international trade, such as tariffs, quotas, subsidies, NTMs, or embargoes. For example, the U.S. and China have imposed various trade barriers on each other's products in response to their trade disputes. 178. Trade cooperation. The process of working together with other countries or regions to achieve common objectives or mutual benefits in trade-related matters, such as market access, technical assistance, capacity building, or dispute resolution. For example, China has engaged in trade cooperation with many countries and regions through various platforms and mechanisms, such as the BRI, the G20, and the WTO. 179. Trade deficit. The amount by which the cost of a country's imports exceeds the value of its exports. For example, the U.S. has a large trade deficit with China, meaning it buys more from China than it sells to China. 180. Trade diversification. The expansion of a country's trade portfolio to include a wider range of products, markets, or sources of supply, usually to reduce dependence on a few dominant partners or commodities. For example, China has sought to diversify its trade by increasing its ties with emerging markets and developing countries, especially through the BRI and the RCEP.
In the next video, we will learn more new terms. So, if you find this video interesting and useful, don't forget to subscribe, like and share with those who need it. Thanks for watching.